All right, y'all, Nikki G here with Views and Vibes on Paradise TV. We have a very special guest today. I heard her story and it's so inspiring. She's so inspirational. And we are actually, she's celebrating 10 years of her nonprofit. So with us today is Tracy Milgram. She is a survivor. She is an advocate, and she is the founder of BRCAStrong. Tracy, thanks for being on Views and Vibes today.
Thanks so much for having me.
For sure. So when we spoke, you kept mentioning the word BRCA, the BRCA gene. So for those that may not know, what is the BRCA gene?
So the BRCA gene is a hereditary mutation which puts you at a higher predisposition for getting cancer. Not saying you will receive the diagnosis, but your risks are higher. So for example, I carry the BRCA2 genetic mutation, which puts me at an 87% chance for breast cancer and a 67% chance for ovarian cancer. So at 18 years old, I was in the shower doing a self-breast exam and found my first lump. At the time, my grandmother was going through breast cancer. She was going through radiation. So I knew my body. It was always know your body, know what you're up against. So I went to the OBGYN, I went for a mammogram and underwent a lumpectomy, which did come back benign. 1 year later, I found another lump and also had a lumpectomy, which was benign. And at 21, in a mammogram screening, I also found another lump that was benign. And at that time, I was like, all right, I have 3 scars around my breast. This is a little bit much. What's next? And I'll never forget sitting in the breast surgeon's office and he's like, well, we can do genetic testing. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, well, you know your risks and you know what action you need to take, whether it's surgical or whether it's surveillance. So for me at 21, I'm in the doctor's office and I look at the paper and it says BRCA negative. I'm like, yes. And then I look lower and it says BRCA positive. And I'm like, what does that mean? So sure enough, I found out that I was BRCA2, which again put me at the 87% for breast and 67% for ovarian cancer.
Wow.
So, at 21, when we were most living our best life,
Yeah.
I was under pressure. Like, was this going to catch me? As my grandmother had breast cancer, her 2 sisters, her youngest sister died at 40. We had prostate, we had lung. So for me, it was like, when was it going to come versus what was I going to do to prevent it?
Yeah.
So fast forward a little bit, I rushed my life. I got married. I had 2 children. For 10 years, I underwent surveillance, which was a mammogram and an ultrasound, and every 6 months I had an MRI. So constantly I was being screened so I could, be in the know of what was gonna happen. After bearing 2 healthy children.
That's good, thank God.
Thank God.
Yes.
I had 2 amazing children who are now 16 and 12. I decided I was gonna take surgical action. So I underwent a full hysterectomy at 32 years old. And 6 months later, I had a prophylactic bilateral mastectomy with reconstruction. So I removed all my healthy tissue from my breast and reduced my risk to 2%.
Is that when BRCAStrong was created 10 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about that.
So BRCAStrong was created by my daughter, who's now 16. We were in the bathroom. I was healing from my mastectomy, and she looked at me and she's like, you're like a butterfly, Mom. You're gonna go through different stages and you're gonna be beautiful again. Yeah. And from that day, I still get teary-eyed talking about it. Yeah. She just really made it so powerful and took my journey and turned my—
She was 6 at the time, 6 years
old? She was 6. Turned my pain into purpose, and just knowing that women couldn't feel alone. There was still hope out there to make you feel whole. That's when we decided we were going to provide pre-mastectomy care packages to women in the community, which is everything you need in a box prior to surgery. So when you go through surgery or you go through a sickness or a disease, everybody's worried about where's your kids going to go, who's going to feed them, who focuses on you as a whole. And that's what we do here. Besides the pre-mastectomy is, we don't have the luxury of walking into Victoria's Secret to get a bra. Most women want a bra after. So we provide bras as well to help you feel whole again. There is that t-shirt bra out there. They're not all bulky, and you deserve to feel feminine and comfortable in your body.
And you also help, like if they don't have insurance or they're underinsured, like how does your nonprofit help with that?
We provide basically screenings for HPV, colorectal cancer. So again, these are all cancers that can be screened for, where ovarian cancer, there's no early detection.
So the gala's coming up, and there is a special keynote speaker. I think you may all know who she is. She is very fabulous on the Real Housewives of Miami, the one and only Gertie.
Yes.
Yeah, so why Gertie for the 10th annual gala?
You know, her story as being a survivor really stood out to me, but what was more empowering is she kept it real and very authentic, did not hide anything on how she was feeling. She really just shared her message of hope on her good days and her bad days, shared pictures for women in the community to see, to know what you were physically going through. You know, again, when you go to your doctor, they talk, oh, you're gonna have a mastectomy, this is what you're gonna go through, and everybody has a different story, but knowing how you can be prepared for this is really a big key in this. You know, like looking at the people that are out there sharing their stories, learning what you can do and how you can heal in that mindset. I really admire everything that she's shared on TV, from her breast reconstruction to sharing pictures, to just sharing her dreams, to sharing the bras she wore. You know, those are all imperative pieces when you go through a journey like this. Again, because it's not just mental, it's physical.
And she is gorgeous. I love her. I love her head. You know, her
Yes.
shiny bald head. It's
I love
gorgeous,
it.
and she is so confident in her skin.
Yes.
Yeah. So the gala, what can we expect this year? What's the theme for this year's gala?
It's Hollywood stars.
Okay.
We're super excited. We have a super special VIP and a VIP host. So we're excited for this opportunity to do an unveiling of our Dear Body project, which is a very powerful transformational project that we have actually 16 women out of 87 that are attending. So just sharing their stories and that uplifting experience. Then we have an amazing host, Joanne Strader. We have Wes Saunders, who's a retired NFL player, who's going to do our silent auctions, and really just hear 9 powerful stories from different speakers, from different hospital districts to 2 congresswomen, Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's a breast cancer survivor herself, also carries the BRCA mutation, and then also Congresswoman Sheila Dreyfus McCormick, who's also super involved in our healthcare bill and rights, right alongside with Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz, and just really having them there to uplift the community and let them know that they're not alone.
It's beautiful what you're doing, and congratulations on being resilient in 10 years. And how can the community support? Like, how can we find you and donate and offer more support?
So they can go on Instagram, BRCAStrong, or you can go on our website at www.brcastrong.org.
Well, Tracy, thank you so much. And thanks for sharing your story. And we'll see. Ooh, it's in September. Tell us when the gala is and where.
It's September 13th at the Fort Lauderdale Beach Marriott Resort and Spa, and it is from 6 to 10.
All right, 6 to 10. All right. Tracy, thank you so much. And we'll see you soon at the gala.
Thank you.